You're watching Fugitive Red-Eye, and welcome to another episode of OverAnalyzing, the series where I take a more in-depth look at the fictional universes that I love, be it shows, books, movies, whatever. Today I'm going to be talking about Violence Jack. Now, in a couple of other videos I've done on Violence Jack, namely my How I Would Adapt Violence Jack video and my Kenshiro vs. Violence Jack video, I said that Violence Jack doesn't really have morals. And to be fair, that's not exactly true. Because much like the world of Fist of the North Star, where Kenshiro is seen as the savior of the people, Jack is seen in a similar vein within his own universe. I said he didn't have morals because sometimes he makes some questionable choices, but really, he just has a different moral code than Kenshiro. Jack's morals are, the strong survive, so everyone should be strong. Whereas Kenshiro believes in protecting the weak, Jack believes in strengthening the weak so that they can fight their own battles. Sometimes this gets bad results, but it usually works out. My main example of this I used in my other videos was the Slums of Kanto arc, where Jack got this group of kids to go and fight up against the Slum King and his army without any preparation, really. And although many of them died, it did strengthen the ones that survived, such as Takuma and Bunta and stuff. And also, Jack definitely does have morals, because there are people he deems as scum, which he takes out immediately. We see this in such arcs as the El Dorado arc, where he says, "Get the hell out of Kanto, you scum," and the Evil Town arc, where he turns against all the people in the Evil Town when he finds out that all the seemingly normal guys are actually rapists as well. We also see a hint of this in CB Chara Go Nagai World, where when people arrive in Jack's world, he says, "This is a world for the children, you don't belong here." So Jack definitely does have a code of morals, it's just nowhere near as altruistic as Kenshiro's. Although in his heart he does always want the best for people, he also wants them to be able to survive on their own, and if they're not strong enough, they can't survive in his world. That doesn't mean he won't protect them if they're weak, because he does on several instances, such as the Hell's Wind arc, the El Dorado arc, the Evil Town arc, and many others. Another example I used for saying Jack doesn't have a code of morals is because he's drawn to the idea of killing, he loves it, which is true, that's kind of his thing, but he doesn't really kill the innocent, and I don't think there's ever been an instance where Jack has killed someone who wasn't evil in his universe. Jack does not go against people who haven't earned his anger, and although he gets a thrill out of it, that's probably due to the fact that he has demon blood coursing through his veins, because he is, in fact, a demon. I won't say which demon, because that would be a spoiler, but he is a demon. And if you've watched my other videos, you already know which demon. But Violence Jack definitely has a code of morals. It's just not as black and white as Kenshiro's. Violence Jack works in a lot of gray areas. And although Jack does kind of believe in absolutes with people, and Kenshiro doesn't, Kenshiro is more keen to protect people than Jack is. Jack also typically shows up in the middle of an arc to help resolve a big conflict, which is also kind of his thing. So if he had no morals, he probably wouldn't resolve such conflicts. So, again, I definitely think Jack has morals. He's just not as altruistic and selfless as Kenshiro is. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Violence Jack. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? What do you think of Violence Jack? Are you even familiar with Violence Jack? Anyway, this has been Fugitive Red-Eye. Have a great rest of the day.